Welcome back, everyone, to the Unapologetic Me. I am Angelica, and I will be doing your reading tonight. Over the last 24 hours, we did have some technical difficulties getting out the last reading, even though the full moon reading is up, and I highly encourage you guys to tune into that video, as it will carry you from this full moon to the next full moon. I do have the cards here handy that did come out last night for the first, so I'm going to lay these out, tell you what unfolded, and then you can leave a comment if you'd like, just to see if any of this resonated for how your day to day went. I would be very intrigued to see if any of this unfolded the way that it was showing. So for the 1st of May, the card that we had earlier this week come out for the situation of May 1st was the Eight of Swords. And it was the Eight of Swords. And when I did the energy behind the Eight of Swords, the first one that came out was the Hierophant. And the advice card was the Emperor, but in reverse. So essentially the message, I'm not going to hold you guys too long because this day is already done with, but it was saying that while you are seemingly trapped amongst these 8 swords, it was like a trap of your own making. The binds in the big book of tarot were loosely bound around the maiden that was surrounding these 8 swords. It was also a loose bandage on her eyes, where it looks like she could easily get out of both the one around her eyes and the one around her arms if she really wanted to. The 8 swords, while surrounding her, did not enclose around her fully. So it wasn't like it was a complete prison. It's like when she got out of the bonds, she could walk out, or she could have walked out while she was still bound. So it was like you're kind of entrapping yourself. The energy behind it is the Hierophant, which was kind of like a mentor. And the message that I got from that was like either it was going to be a person in your life, like coming into your life, that you looked up to as a sort of mentor, or it was going to be something that you're working towards, and you would be doing a lot of like self-studying, and you would be studying other people in your field or in your niche that were also doing it. And that because you were doing that and you were learning so much, you were also getting intimidated by their experience and their expertise. And so it was putting you in this entrapped mindset of like, yeah, they're good. I'm never going to be at that level. So like, why am I even trying at this point? And you were kind of getting into a bit of imposter syndrome. And your spiritual team was essentially telling you that you would need to be in this like, it was like a spiritual slap in the face is what the Emperor in reverse was. The keywords for the Emperor in reverse were tyranny, controlling, coldness, chaos, domination, anger, greedy. And at first look, you think, oh, well, those are terrible traits to embody. But in reality, this is what was needed. It was kind of like a spiritual, like, bucket of cold water the universe was throwing onto you. It was like, stop it. We have things we need you to do, and we can't have you do those things if you're going to be in this little trapped mindset. So we're going to need you to I can't say that on YouTube. No, spirit. But they said that you were just going to have to unscrew yourself expeditiously. So that was the reading for yesterday. I am going to do a reading for tomorrow. So now I'm going to put this back in the deck. I'm going to open up the prayer, and then we're going to get into the situation of the day for May 2nd, 2026, which will be Saturday. And yeah, let me just go ahead and open this prayer up real quickly. Heavenly Divine, 3 in 1, the Father, the Mother, the Son, thank you for residing in my temple. I'm praying for advice and guidance for the highest good of my collective and myself, but mostly advice and guidance for the collective. I also rebuke and return any negative energies or entities with the intent to interfere or intercede in this reading. I'm asking for additional advice and guidance from the collective's ancestral team, specifically their ancestors of time, in addition to their guardians, ones who are assigned to guard and guide them from the time of their birth to the time of their death. In Jesus' name I pray, through the Son of God, amen. Okay. So we're gonna give this a couple more good shuffles. And while I'm doing the final shuffles, I looked at the previous video and it looks like the situation of the day that unfolded earlier this week was the Ace of Wands in reverse. Ace of Wands tends to speak towards beginnings. So let's see what we have going on here. And then I'm also going to look at my little cheat sheet up here. Yeah, Ace of Wands keywords are creation, willpower, inspiration, desire, a new project, fresh ideas. But this was in reverse, so it was a lack of energy, boredom, delays, unfulfilled promises, and being taken advantage of. So we're going to try to figure out what energy is behind tomorrow that is making the collective feel this way. What delays have popped up, what caused those delays. If you're feeling boredom or lack of energy, what is the cause of that boredom and lack of energy? What's essentially I'm getting the phrase energy vampire. So like, what's sucking that energy out of you? If there's unfulfilled promises, who or what are those unfulfilled promises? And if you're feeling taken advantage of, who or what is taking advantage of you? So, Spirit, show us what is behind the Ace of Wands in reverse, please. Oh, thank you, Spirit. And then we're also going to see what the advice card is. Ooh. So this is the advice card. Okay. So we have an advice card, but then there were 3 other cards that fell out, which I'm getting the feeling that this is an additional read. It could be for someone or a couple of people within the collective. So I'm going to keep these off to the side first, and I'm going to just read for what is behind the Ace of Wands, which is the 8 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Is the advice. And the 8 of Wands tends to be like a hard work type card. So yeah, it's a hard work type card. Like you're doing your due diligence to like hone your craft essentially. I'll pull up the big book of tarot so you can see the visual of what I'm seeing in my mind's eye based off of what I remember from the cards. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, the 8 of Pentacles shows an apprentice at work. He is focused on the task at hand and he is invested in learning his craft. The town behind him illustrates that he has distanced himself from distractions to fully concentrate on his work. The clear sky suggests a peaceful work environment and reflects his calm demeanor. He is committed to doing and trying his best. So this person is like, nose to the grindstone, really in the hustle of it, of trying to like get there to either learn and master something that they've already started or to really get the foundations of something that they're beginning. Since your guides are asking you to put the time and effort into developing your skills, this can also mean making a change or learning something new or taking a new path. What are ways you can improve yourself? Trust that it's okay to invest in yourself. So you look like you're actually like willing to put in the work. So it's interesting that the Ace of Wands in reverse is what happened. Okay, so it says for the beginning card, it says you're right on the edge of something new and great, but it's not quite there yet. Take time to get aligned and clear. You already have the answers and direction. You just need to see them. And for your higher guidance, it says You might be feeling lost or confused or right on the edge of something, but unable to put your finger on it. Take a step back and reconnect. So it's quite possible that because you're learning this new thing or you're learning this new skill and trying to get good at it, that you don't quite have the confidence yet because it's so new. And so that's where you're feeling like that lack of energy from. Like you're feeling uncertain that this is the path that you're supposed to be on because you think, oh, if this is what I'm meant to be doing in life, like if this is my purpose, I should just be good at this, like right out the gate. Like I should just be smashing this effortlessly. But because I have to put in so much effort and it's not coming to me as easy as I thought it would, perhaps I'm wrong. Perhaps I am like impulsively thinking that this direction is the way that it's meant to be. But to that I say, everyone has their own path, everyone has their own timeline, and so you can't really judge where you're meant to be based off of where you are now. There's a ton of people. I mean, she's not the best example as far as like her ideas or whatever, but as far as like starting late in the game and succeeding, J.K. Rowling didn't write her first novel for Harry Potter until she was in her 30s. I think Morgan Freeman didn't start acting until he was well in his 40s, and the list goes on and on. Bob Ross didn't start doing painting on TV until after a full career in the Air Force. So just because you're starting over fresh, especially if you just got out of like a career or something, just because you're starting fresh and you don't immediately have that success that you had thought you were going to get because it feels like your calling, does not mean that that's not your calling. So with that being said, the advice is the King of Wands. King of Wands is bold leader, courage, inspiration, wit, charm, motivation, and entrepreneur. I'm going to turn and look for that, but the message that I'm getting as I'm looking for it is essentially the universe wants you to embody those characteristics. It's not really saying fake it until you make it. It's saying like, we believe that you already possess these traits, so we need you to believe in it too, so that you can press forward. So let's see here. For higher guidance, it says, now it's time to step up to the plate and boldly embody the leadership skills within you. This is a time of looking to the future and acting accordingly to your ideal future self. So ask yourself, how does the best version of me go about their day? How do they dress? What's their attitude like when they experience setbacks? It's time to embody your King of Wands self. And just for a little extra advice, we are going to read the beginnings as well. It says, embrace that confidence, babe. The King of Wands says you're on the right path and you have the skills and leadership it takes to go where you are headed. Remain focused and determined, and remember the big picture goal as you move forward. Don't be so stubborn that you don't ask for help along the way if you need it. So exactly like I was saying, just because it didn't start out immediately the way that you wanted it to, does not mean that this is not aligned with what you're meant to be doing. Keep putting in that hard work, keep showing up day after day, and embody that confidence that the universe already believes that you have. The universe wouldn't have called you to do this thing if the universe didn't think that you could accomplish it. So you need to believe that as well. So that is what the read is for May 2nd, 2026. Forgive me if I'm breathing heavy. I am 7 months pregnant. And he's just doing a lot of movement these days. But I did not forget these 3 cards off to the side. I do want to see what's going on here. I'm going to move these a little bit over here just so we can have the space. The first one that I'm seeing is a Queen of Pentacles, brought right after by the 2 of Swords, and the last is the 9 of Cups. So Queen of Pentacles, that's finances, that's career, that's your money making mama. 2 of Swords is usually a decision type card. Most of the 2s in every suit tend to deal with decisions. The Swords do tend to deal with difficult choices or like conflict type situations. And then the 9 of Cups in reverse is close to like the best card, like a fulfillment. And it's usually dealing with relationships, either platonic, familial, or romantic. So it looks like someone is going to have a decision to make that could be impacting some type of interpersonal relationship. So let's see here. The Queen of Pentacles is prosperity, creature, comforts, security, opportunity, domesticity, and practicality. The Two of Swords has difficult choices, indecision, stalemate, opposition, waiting, strain. And then lastly, the Nine of Cups has, and this is the Nine of Cups in reverse, it says lack of true joy, smugness, materialism, dissatisfaction, or greed. Interesting. I'm gonna read this one first. I don't think I need to read these two, but I do want to read this one, the Nine of Cups in reverse, in the book before I kind of relay the message that I think is coming through. So it says, your life is feeling less than fulfilling, and because of that, your self-confidence is taking a hit. Your guides are by your side, and they want you to know that these feelings do not affect who you are or your worth as a person. You're still amazing. You're just in a slump. Ask yourself, what brings me happiness, fulfillment on a basic level? It says, recent events have left me disappointed or confirmation burp, left you disappointed in yourself. And it's taking a toll on your self-esteem. Feelings that come with the Nine of Cups are often temporary, so have faith that you'll be feeling better soon. So it looks like whoever this person is an entrepreneur. Like, they're really good at making money, but money is not what is important to them. I think they don't look at it as status or anything. They look at it as a tool. So this is someone who is, while they're very good at making money, it does not rule them. There is a decision that they're going to have to make that I think is going to be around money and someone else. And that is going to leave them feeling some type of loss, but it's not a reflection of them. It's the decision that they made is not a reflection of them as a person. How those people decide to take that decision is a reflection of them. So just keep that in mind for whoever these three are for. That was just a very random that the three came out, almost as if somebody else tomorrow is going to be getting an entirely different situation of the day than from what is over here for earlier this week. So for whoever this person is like, don't think that just because you are making money and the decision that you make is because, you changed because you are well off. Sometimes money has the power to not change the person, but change the people around you. And that's what your guides are wanting you to know. All right, everyone. So I am going to try take 2 of getting this out to you guys tonight at some point. Wish me luck, because last night was a doozy. But yeah, again, if you want to get a little bit more clarity on what's coming for the next month from one full moon to the next, check out the full moon read. It definitely tied in a lot of the same themes that unfolded for the May 1st reading. With that being said, until next time, stay unapologetically you, and I will be unapologetically me. Bye, guys.